disruption at gulo, it's such a big opportunity for real change. So on Thursday, we're going to start, di ba, with the DBCC. Kung usual na naman yung question natin na will we be able to collect enough, ano ang dollar exchange rate, ano ang porsyento ng Mindanao, Visayas, Luzon. Those are all important and valid questions. But it's not the main question. The main question is, after lumabas yung massive corruption, and let me emphasize, hindi lang po yan sa DPWH, hindi lang yan sa infra. Whether we talk about BIR, whether we talk about pangingikel, whether we talk about mga kung saan pwede mag-build, hindi saan pwede mag-build, saan pwede mag-mining, saan hindi pwede mag-mining, how we destroy the environment, whether we talk about red tape, whether we talk about how the oligarchy, or we can point fingers, but instead of pointing fingers, hindi naman pwedeng everyday blue ribbon ang hearing natin, di ba? So if you have a 6 trillion peso budget, it can make real change. And when do you start? So yun yung po sa amin. We're looking at the next 25 years, no? 2026 to 2050. One of the most, ito addition ko lang to, no? One of big threats sa atin, more than 20, some say up to 30-35% of our young people are in danger of stunting. Pagka nagkaroon ng stunting or yung pagkabansot, kahit may pera ka na later on in life, apektado na yung both physical at saka mental well-being nila. So that's the first point I want to make. No? Hindi to business as usual sa budget. It's a great opportunity. Diba? So sa disruption na nangyayari, grabe talaga, the outrage should continue, but it should be channeled into the real change that can be done in the budget. An example, no, yung sa school building. So are we going to give the usual answers na kasi ganito kalaki ang kailangan, so 10-15 years. So why can't we make a decision? Tuloy ba ang K-12 o hindi? Kaya ba natin pondohan? So kung kaya natin pondohan, 3 years to 5 years, nandiyan na lahat ng classroom. Kung hindi, isuspend ba natin yung 2 years sa K-12? So let's make these hard decisions during the budget. The second topic, dinaanan na namin kay Senator Bato. I think all of us agree. If you look at the history of the Philippine Constitution, bunga ito ng People Power Revolution, bunga to ng mga experiences nung dating martial law na maraming mga arrest na kusan-san galing mga arrest warrant. So kailangan sa lahat ng laro may referee. Hindi pwedeng may tahanan na walang ama o walang ina. Hindi pwedeng may laro na walang referee. Ang referee, korte. So kung anuman international body, whether it's a state or a non-state, kung anuman ang magpapa-aresto sa ating bansa, kailangan may oportunidad ang korte. Number 2, kailangan ang korte masunod. So yun lang, ganun lang kasimple. Everyone can argue, but I think we are on the right side. So, can you imagine kung under pa tayo nung ICC during the time nung Marawi siege, for example? So, do you mean pag naglabas sila bigla ng arrest warrant sa ilan natin mga general or ilan sa mga matataas na, let's say, cabinet members, pwedeng isakay sa aeroplano, dalhin lang doon? What about the progressive group sa ating bansa? Remember, there was a time na nagpapatayan kapwa progressive groups. May mga mass graves na nakita. So pagka yan ay nakita, pwede mo na lang sulatan ang Pilipinas, pwede na lang mag-red notice tapos kunin mo na lang? Or do you think na parating dapat may opportunity to go to court? No? What was the third topic? Yung tanong nyo? The budget, then the fourth topic is that, of course, we're waiting for the decision dito sa Blue Ribbon Committee. Lahat naman kami nag-agree, simple lang. Ginugulo ng ginugulo ng ginugulo. We're not saying it's only one person or one group na gumugulo. Every single member of the Senate may personal responsibility yan, may responsibility sa Senate. But ang point is, ang masterminds, no? Masterminds. Remember, hindi to isang sistema ng corruption na lumaki lang. Isa po tong master plan na pinut in place nung nagsimula tong administrasyon na to na lumaki ng lumaki. So napaka-importante na luminaw kasi habang gumugulo ay hindi po matutukoy ang mastermind. Mauulit at mauulit na lang to. So continue the outrage, continue exposing, continue the investigation, but the frustration is growing because nga, as we predicted from the start, may gumugulo, ginugulo, pinapalabo ang malinaw. Diba? I'll give you an example ha. Kung ay isang kumpanya ay bumabaksak kasi late parati yung mga empleyado, and then may mga uma-absent pero hindi umaamin. Pero meron pong uma-absent na matagal at nagnanakaw, so yun po ang na-reveal. Kasi may sistema pala yun. O, nung inimbestigahan, sinabay-sabay na lahat. So, syempre, lahat ng mali gusto nating imbestigahan. Pero pag sinabay-sabay mo, magsasara yung buong korporasyon, di ba? Kaya ganun nangyayari sa ating bansa. In every city, municipality, barangay, district, province, may magkakalaban. And everyone wants to point sa kalaban nila for doing something wrong. Sinabi na nung ilan mga political activists, analysts, yung iba pong mga influencers, this is all about 2028. So many people want to knock out their opponent already now because no one will vote for corrupt people, especially at this point in time. Diba? And may panahon para dyan. Kasi nga, pag nagawa mo na yan, on the record na yan, kahit papano, lalabas yan. But the question is, do you want to get to the bottom of this scam? Diba? And do you want to show the Filipino people na hindi pwedeng ganitong pangloloko? Naloko na tayo magpapaloko ba tayo ulit, di ba? So, yun lang. I'll stop there kasi maraming details yung hearing. We didn't talk about the hearings of the details of the hearing, but yun nga ang pinag-uusapan namin lahat. Given na may budget, and we'll have to pause and finish the budget, how do we fix the direction of all of them? Yung ICI, yung Blue Ribbon Committee, DOJ, Ombudsman, kasi nga, nawe-weaponize pa rin kahit papano, wittingly or unwittingly.
Sir, nakausap niyo si Senator Bato?
No, not today. Hindi ko, actually, from the day na lumabas until today, ako hindi ko nakausap. Parang sa minority, parang I think yung lawyer lang nakausap nung iba.
Ano may advice sir sa kanya? Just in case na ma-confirm na meron
preparation. So, prepare at pag alam naman nila kung ano magiging itsura na nung warrant kasi hindi to nauna na yung kay President Duterte. So, tapos yung tamang ihahain sa korte. And kung may debate man, no, kung applicable sa kanya yung extradition rules o hindi yung sinasabi ng DOJ, simple din lang Sino ba magre-referee? Pag sinabi ng ombudsman ganito, sinabi ni ES ganito, sinabi ni Bato ganito, sinabi ng media ganito, sino ba? Dapat korte, di ba? Yun lang ang pinaka-bottom line doon. Pagka tinanggal mo yung kapangyarihan sa korte, dictatorship na tayo.
Sir, hindi papayagan, sir, na mangyari yung nangyari kay dating Pangulo?
Well, pag sinabi mo kasing hindi papayagan, it's a question of authority and power, di ba? So, siyempre, kanino ba susunod ang mag-aaresto police? So, the question is doing what is right. So, when there is a question this big, what's right is is there a danger in waiting and letting the court decide? Diba, unlike President Duterte, sabi nung iba, baka maging emotional, baka mag-people pa. I don't know. Ang daming baka, ang daming kaya dapat hulihin ka agad. But kay Senator Bato, if he is detained or he's arrested here and even given bail and then i-decide ng korte, may danger ba kahit kanino?
So yung NG petition, kailangan bang antayin muna bago mag-decide yung government?
Yeah, I don't want to go into the details nga kasi detalye na yan ng abogado ni Senator Bato at saka ng International Criminal Court. Ang point ko, pagka hindi nagkasundo, sino ba ang magde-decide? Hindi naman pwede kung sinong admin, siya na lang. Kasi hindi na tayo rule of law nun. Rule of men na tayo. So kung kakampi mo ang administrasyon, hindi ka extradite o padadala sa international criminal. Pagkalaban mo, padadala ka. There has to be a final arbiter. And if you look at the Philippine Constitution, iisa lang yan, yung korte.
Sir, yung extradition daw, ang sabi, kung state to state, okay. Pero ito, sir, court to international
Okay, so
court.
Pilipino ka, kinukuha ka sa ibang bansa, wala kang tatakbuhan, kawawa naman tayo.
So yung surrender,
Kawawa, diba? Tayo na ang pinakakawawa sa buong mundo kung ang Pilipino ay kinukuha at dadalin abroad at wala kang korteng pupuntahan.
So
Tignan nyo yung history ng Philippine Constitution. Before the 1987 Constitution, kung saan-saan nanggagaling ang arrest warrant. Kaya, except for certain strict exceptions, halimbawa sa Bureau of Immigration, na kapag pumapasok yung foreigner, pwedeng arestuhin ng BID, hindi ka pwede mag-aresto ng walang pahintulot ng korte. So kung may arrest warrant galing saan man, hindi ba ang pinaka-logical? Kayo ang mag-isip, kayo ang inaaresto ngayon. Let's say, kinover nyo yung drug war. May nag-testify ngayon na hindi ordinaryong media yan ang nagtuturo. Yan ang nagsabing patayin yan si ganito, patayin. Oh, hindi ka pwedeng pumuntang korte.
Pero international court to, sir. Tapos pumunta sa lower court, sa local court.
It doesn't work that way. That's completely wrong. An international court is not higher than a local court. In fact, many local sovereign courts are higher than an international court. In fact, your local, kailangan payagan yung international. Kaya nga pwede kang umalis sa treaty. We don't have a world government. We have a Philippine government. That's totally, yung kung sino man ang analyst na nagbigay no, na mas mataas ang ICC, walang po yun, walang basis in law. It's the local unlike yung di ba, yung RTC is higher than the MTC, CA is higher, but that's all local courts. Sa international, you have to give your consent. That's why even sa international tribunals, kailangan that's why the US is not part of the ICC. Kasi they did not give their consent.
Sabi hindi ko nakakausap si Senator Bato.
Yes, yes.
Walang kasi siya ngayon, would you advise him against hiding?
Ang hirap magbigay ng advice sa sitwasyon, but I think the main advice should really be to our leaders, which is have faith in the Philippine criminal justice system, have faith in our courts. Kasi in the end, I might like or I might not even like yung decision ng korte. Baka nga sabihin ng korte, it's valid and send him there, then ibang debate naman yon. But sa akin, dun pa lang ako sa debate na pag nag-disagree tayo, sino magde-decide? So, for example, na disagree ako na pwede kayong mang-interview dito, lumabas na kayo ng Senate. Even if I was Senate President, ganun na lang ba yon? Di ba walang referee, walang arbiter, walang plenary, or walang korte na pwedeng magtanong? So, pag sinabi ko sa inyo na ngayon na bawal na cellphone sa Senate, at tingin yung labag yan sa freedom of the press, can't you not go to court?
So, kung sinabi, sir, na pagtiwalaan yung ating justice system, that means what surrender si Senator Bato?
No, it's not about surrendering eh. Kasi option naman nila na hindi nila ipadala kagad eh. Option naman nila i-surrender sa court natin eh. Sila naman namimili kung saan nila dadalhin. Kaya nga ginagamit yung word na kidnapping. So kung alimbawa ako, hinuli mo ako ngayon, dinala mo ako sa bahay mo, hindi ako sinurrender sa bahay mo. 'Di ba? Pero kung meron kang kahit anumang papel, sa korte mo ako isusurrender, or at the very least sa police, tapos yung police doon ako dadalhin. So yun po ang alangan talaga sa akin, na may sistema tayo sa bansa na kahit sino pwedeng damputin na lang. Tapos kung saan itapon. The world will continue to progress. There will be a lot of international tribunals. There can be you're talking about the International Criminal Court. What if we have an ASEAN Criminal Court? What if we have an Asian Criminal Court? What if we have a Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia Criminal Court? Yung ibig sabihin, kahit anong warrant na lang, hindi ka na pwedeng pumunta sa korte mo, tapos ipapadala ka na lang doon. You have to look at all the possibilities here. So nangyari na nung nangyari kay President Duterte, yung mga antay kay Duterte, natutuwa. Yung mga gusto kay Duterte, nalulungkot. Did it help us as a nation? Did it provide jurisprudence? Did it give us wisdom? May guidance ba? Ngayon kay Bato, meron tayong chance. Hintayin natin kung ano sabihin ng korte. Kung kailangan natin pabilisin yung korte, pabilisin natin. Makiusap tayong bilisan nila.
So sir, option ba na gawin niyang sanctuary yung Senate habang hinihintay ko nito sabihin ng korte?
I would say na sana hindi na. Kasi ang kailangan mo ng sanctuary pag may extraordinary, di ba? So katulad ng mga kasama natin, di ba, na sorry, nasa dulo ng dila ko yung pangalan. Remember, panahon ni President GMA, sila Teddy Casino, hindi rin lumabas ng house kasi hindi maaresto. Kasi nga, extraordinary yung sitwasyon. Why create that situation? So, if they think that they should arrest him, arrestuhin nyo, dalhin nyo sa police, dalhin nyo sa korte, let him file what he has to file, the bail, kung habeas corpus, kung anuman, then let him have his day in court. Kasi pag dito, magkaka-tension pa tayo eh. Diba? Yung hindi lang natin pinag-uusapan dito yung institusyon ng Senate. Mas importante pa sa Senate is our democracy, our freedom, our sovereignty. So, ang pinag-uusapan na dito, ang isang Pilipino ba, kaya lang naman tayo nagiging emotional kasi either gusto nyo o hindi natin gusto si Bato eh. Pero sabihin mo si Juan de la Cruz, tanggalin nyo lahat ng pangalan ha. Si Juan de la Cruz ay may warrant ngayon galing sa abroad. Pwede bang kunin na lang at ipadala doon? I think any lawyer in their right mind or law student will say, sandali lang, dapat may korte muna magsabi kung valid yun o hindi.
So sir, wala kayong communication pa?
Wala pa.
Kay Senator?
Saan ba to? Wala.
Mag-e-effort ba kayo na kausap?
Ay, open lang kami and I think yung staff naman nila nandito. But usually kasi ganyan, it's not really a Senate matter. It's between him and his lawyer. But yung prayers at kung man support and of course advocacy. Diba? So nung nagtanong kayo, hindi naman namin iniilagan yung mga questions.
Sir, regarding dun sa hearing on Friday, considering sabi niyo nga mastermind, babalik ko si Senator Ping as chairman ng committee ng Blue Ribbon, and then sa Friday, invited si dating Speaker Romualdez,
Yeah.
si Saldo,
We're-
and then 17 Congress.
Hopefully magkaroon kami ng pagkakataon bukas at Thursday makapag-usap ulit ng minority. Gahon lang sa time ngayon. At yun nga, hindi kami kompleto. Tatlo ang wala. Tatlo ba? Dalawa. Ang wala. Dumating si Sen Bongo, so dalawa yung wala. But yun nga, we just agree in the principle na we have to go after the masterminds. And yung frustration, we feel the frustration of people, 'di ba, na we feel the outrage and tama na lumalabas nga yung mga corruption, pero yung panggugulo nung mga linya. So the question really, remember, hindi naman dapat primary ang Blue Ribbon eh. And remember, yung ICI, biglaan binuo yun. So marami talagang, so let me put it this way, kaisa kami with you in trying to find the perfect solution for this gruesome crime. Diba? So hindi kami satisfied sa takbo of how we as a nation are handling this massive corruption scandal. This is a syndicated, systematic, hindi to yung corruption na lumaki lang. 'Di ba? Sinindikato to. So kailangan matukoy tapos matibag yung sindikato.
Sir, kung si Senator Bato chooses to stay here, can he be arrested?
I don't even want to go there muna because nga sa dami ng problema, isang malaking problema, credibility ng ating leaders. So do we want the debate to be whether pwede siyang hulihin dito o hindi? I'd rather the debate be simple, have his day in court, 'di ba? And hindi pa naman siya nag-intimate na dito siya. Oh. Kasi alam mo, yung sa akin yun, 'di ba, yung argumentum ad absurdum. You always bring the argument to the absurd eh. Para lang mapag-aralan mo. So halimbawa nandito siya. Oh. How long? And then hindi ba dadating yung time na magbobotohan? O hindi ba yung public opinion nag-iiba? Hindi ba yung decision, o pag nag-desisyon ng korte laban, magbabago ba? So, magiging absurd masyado yung sitwasyon eh. So, I'd really rather that Malacanang, the DOJ, all of our authorities agree na in the end, korte ang magde-decide, then let the court decide.
Sir, may nabalitaan ba kayong coup daw uli against
Basta't naman nag-break tapos may balikan, parating pag-uusapan because nga sa 24 members, 'di ba? Siyam kami and then yung outside environment, 'di ba? But having said that, usually pag maingay yan wala yan. Usually. So wala namang attempt na ano. Ay, people always talk about it. Everyone in the minority wants to be in the majority, di ba? Everyone thinks they can do a better job. But ako, focused ako na may job ang minority ngayon. And I think our biggest job now is to give better ideas for the budget. Hindi to renewal to eh. Hindi to ordinary lang na parang let's do it better. Hindi, let's redo everything.
So, yung minority will actively participate sa budget
Yes.
deliberation. At kahit dun sa Blue Ribbon Committee hearing para maganda yung direction.
Yes. Pero syempre, hindi naman kami lahat member at the same time. So, magde-delegate din kami.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you everyone.